And will you chat in?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, let me get up my notes.
Oh, you're live, but like I think because it's scheduled. No, you're on there now.
Okay. Will I be able to see how many people have tuned in? I see you.
But like I think they can hear me as well right now.
Oh. Okay. Weird, I don't have, oh, I can go like this. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, there you are.
Okay, so should I mute you? Should we hang up?
Yeah, I can hang up and I can text Dom if needed, but
Okay.
on my end.
But now I'm good to go. I'll just manage my thing like this. Oh, here. I should probably do right and left. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that.
Like that or something. And then I'll put the chat on this side. Oh, wait, but I can have the chat separate. Okay, so I'm going to do chat here. Okay. Okay. Bye, Lily. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
This?
Like when you were like talking about me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now it's just gonna be this? Okay. You can see becoming ck-Withable?
Yeah.
Yes. Will you guys write into the chat if you can hear me? Hello, everyone. Hi. Yay. Hi, friends. Okay, I'm going to have you guys comment what you do and where you're from. Hold on, guys. I need to tell my team to turn it down because they're streaming me and I can hear them. 1 sec. Will you guys turn it down? I can hear the reverb. Homies? Can you turn it down? Okay. Hello, everyone. Wow, we got people from Portugal. This is cool. Oh no, hold on, I wrap my cord around my chair. So out of all days from today, we have Nigeria. This is fantastic. I dislocated my shoulder this morning. I don't know if you can even tell, but I was at the gym and completely dislocated my shoulder. It popped right back in like 15 seconds later, but I was like, okay, of course, out of all days, like today that I'm hosting this webinar, this has to happen. But it's really not that bad now. I'm just, I'm like keeping it easy. PT told me to put it in a sling until I see her after work. But I'm so excited that there's so many of you in here. I'm trying to see if I see any familiar faces. I don't think I recognize any names yet. If you're my friend, can you say hi? We got photographers, project managers, people in DC, roofing company, Social media managers, we love to see it. More photographers. This is great. I've also never hosted or even attended a YouTube Live webinar before, so this should be really fun. Hi. Oh, I know Carly. Hi, Carly. I actually met Carly in New York like 5 years ago or something like that. Anna's tuning in. You guys, my wedding planner tuned in. You're an angel. If you need a wedding planner, please contact Anna. Hudson Gray Weddings. Okay. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in and said hello. I am so excited to get started. Oh, hi, Farah. I'm actually gonna when I am focusing on my slides, I'm not gonna be as focused in the chat, but I'll make a note to come back and forth. This is like the debut of this webinar for me, or this type of presentation. It has been in the works for forever. And like literally my first request to do a webinar and course like this was from 2018. But when life gets busy, it really gets things slowed down, but let's dive in. So, hi, I'm Becca, if you haven't met me before. I'm the owner of Homemade Social. We're a boutique social media marketing agency based in Scottsdale, or Phoenix, Arizona. I'm originally from Santa Rosa, California, so if you're in the Bay Area, go Giants. I'm an Aries. I'm an Enneagram 3, so I'm pretty type A, very, I'm the typical Ram. I will say it like it is. And I've worked in social media since 2012. So for context, Instagram came out in 2011. So I have been in the industry since the beginning. But I started freelancing full-time in October of 2017, like doing social media management and social media ads. And I rebranded that freelance business to Homemade Social, what our company now is today. And started that in February of 2019, and now we run an 11-person agency. So I'm really excited to kind of show you how I did that, but the main purpose of this webinar is to show you what webinars I have in place, what boundaries I have in place that allow me to live a balanced life and still manage this company, because I didn't always have these in place. So on the outside, like I said, I've had amazing opportunities because of my business, because of my work. I've gotten to speak on amazing stages. We're now in our second office. We have a team of 11. I've traveled to the Bahamas on behalf of my clients. I work with literally the best group of girls. We have such a fun team and work dynamic. Like, I feel like I'm at a really good place with work where I'm really proud of where I'm at, not only with our work and our team, but like how I balance it with the rest of my life. But it wasn't always this way. But I want to show you, like, here's some screenshots from the last 2 years, or pictures of the last 2 years of like how my life has been going. I'm getting married in April. I just got my wedding dress. My fiance and I just bought our second property, hang out with my dog. I just had my bachelorette. Like, I still get to live life and run this company, and I'm hoping to show you guys how I manage both. So during this class, we're going to cover all the boundaries I've implemented in my calendar, my phone, my email, and my social media that have allowed our agency to scale to $760,000 in revenue this year. So let me paint a picture for you. Back in 2020, when I was 2 years really into self-employment, like kind of 2.5 and 1 year into owning Homemade Social. I was working 45 to 55 hours a week. I hated my job. I was starting to hate my clients, and I was starting to hate social media. And keep in mind, this was during the pandemic when everyone was moving their businesses and marketing efforts into social media. So in a great way, this time period was great for business, but it was just really bad for my mental health because I had no boundaries in place. I was working with clients who literally would take advantage of my time and my people-pleasing tendencies, and I knew that something had to change. And during this time, these are actual screenshots from clients of text messages that I would get for them. Hey, we need to change all the ads to direct to this link ASAP. We just launched with Boulevard just now. It would have been nice to know. Another text message. Becca, can you give me a quick call? Should only take 5 minutes. And I know if you work in the service-based industry, when you get a text from a client that says it should only take 5 minutes, you know it's not going to take 5 minutes. And like, I was literally off for the day. They texted me after 5 p.m. So it was just so unprofessional. But at the same time, I was making 6 figures and business was booming. Like, I just couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And so these are some other screenshots of actual memes I started taking in 2020. Like, I went through my actual camera roll and screenshotted these from when I took them in 2020. 2020 is a leap year, and it leaped right into some bullshit. Doing social media for a living is great. I'm tethered to unethical and toxic platforms all day, and everyone I've ever met thinks they could do my job better because they have 500 Instagram followers. And then this was like October 2020. This was like a low point in my mental health. Just because you're home all day doesn't mean that people are allowed to access your energy 24/7. Like, I got to a point where I was like, I can't live like this anymore. I won't be able to scale. I won't be able to enjoy social media anymore if this is what my business is going to be like and how my clients are going to treat me. And it was just like a low. But now, after I have implemented these boundaries, so it's kind of been 3 years since I really started moving the needle on what boundaries mean to me. I work 35 hours a week. Our agency is on track to make $760K this year. I maxed out my retirements account. We just purchased our second property, and I do all this all while managing an awesome team of 11, and I'm planning my wedding for April. And I also want to throw in that my team, their workload also changed. So I also had my team working 40 hours a week previously, and now they all work also 35 hours a week, and I didn't change or cut salaries when I implemented that change. So I was able to cut their salaries, or sorry, I did not cut their salaries. I was able to keep everyone's salaries the same, cut their amount of time worked. And we still have one contracted team member who works part-time, and our remaining 4 team members are interns who work 15 hours a week. But I'm sure you guys are all wondering, like, what's your bottom line here? Like, why would you cut back your hours? So we actually made 44% more revenue, despite reducing team hours. Despite reducing team working hours by 12.5%. So from going, if I say like 40 hours a week to 35 hours a week, that's a 12% decrease. Our agency actually achieved 44% more revenue year over year with the same number of team members. So that to me is crazy. I didn't do this math until like a month ago. Like, I wasn't looking at those numbers, comparing how our hours reduced affected our revenue. And it's insane that this is possible and you can do this. And this increase in revenue allowed us to further increase salaries and provide more benefits to our employees, which I'm happy to do. And the increased salaries resulted in staff costs increasing by 34%, which allowed me to directly improve our team's productivity, their quality of work, and overall employee retention. So like, my team is happier. I'm happier. They stay with me longer because they are happier. And then I don't have as much employee turnover because of not only these reduced working hours, but these boundaries that I have in place. Like, our clients aren't screwing us over, asking for last minute deadlines, or not calling us at random hours of the day. Like, we have very structured processes for this. Hold on, I don't know why that just went off, because I should be on Do Not Disturb. Do Not Disturb, okay. So the change needed for me to get here, I honestly had to like look inward, focus on my self-worth, and define what I wanted my life to look like, because I was seeing the path of, I'm going to be stressed for forever. I'm never going to be able to go on social media without thinking about work. I'm never going to be able to take a vacation without my clients texting me. Like, it was just not looking great. And so I started this whole process by seeking help via therapy. Highly recommend. I also have hired several business coaches. I've hired, I think, 3 throughout my 5 years in business. A communication coach, and I would also recommend looking into To Be Magnetic. It is a membership and a podcast. So the podcast is free. The membership is not. I'm taking a look at the chat. Oh, hi, Blake. Hi, Amy. Hi, Rude. Hi, Courtney. Okay, cool. Snaps fingers. I don't know why we were snapping fingers, but I like it. Okay, we're moving on. Let's get into our calendar, you guys. So, office hours. I'm sure you guys all have office hours. You probably all say you work 9 to 5, but they really are the secret to maintaining a healthy work-life balance in the way that you communicate them to your clients. So at Homemade Social, we're available to our clients via email Monday through Thursday between 9 and 5, and then Fridays between 9 and 12. And we state those hours of operation in our contract, and we restate them in our new client welcome packet, because I'm sure people skim through our contract and don't even notice that, and that's not their fault. That's just like something that I think happens in the legal world. But I want to reiterate it to them as much as possible. And I also put in our contract, I let them know exactly how quickly they should expect me to reply. So it says in our contract that we will reply to any emails within 24 business hours. So that puts me off the hook for having to get back to a client in the same day of communication if it's not important. Like most of the time I totally am able to do that. But this just kind of protects me. But here's a big thing. Include your office hours in your email signature. And I noticed when I took this screenshot, I was like, I actually haven't updated this hour to include my summer Fridays 9 to 12, which I need to add. But having this in your email signature kind of just proves to your client or whoever you feel like you need to set this boundary with, like you're reiterating it to him literally every time you're communicating with them. So there should be no area for like miscommunication. So another calendar boundary is out of offices. Again, I want you guys to feel like you can take your vacation or go out of town as you need. The secret here is communicating holidays and upcoming offices with your team and clients at least 2 weeks in advance so they know you're not checking or responding to emails and not available by phone. And you need to also let them know who they should contact if they need immediate assistance while you are away. So on this slide, I have kind of like a template for what I put in my out of office email when I go out of office. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'm currently out of office and will not be checking my inbox until I return on this day. For immediate project needs, please contact this person. For new project inquiries, contact X. For accounting needs, contact Y. And then I say for anything else, I look forward to connecting upon my return. That's it. I don't give them a phone number to reach me. I literally say I will not be checking my inbox. Moving on. Half-day Fridays are literally everyone's favorite policy. My team loves them, so do I. And I started by implementing them just as like a true summer Friday last summer where we got off at noon in between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And we loved it so much that we were like, we have to keep doing this. And so I met with our attorney and I wrote it into our contract, our agreement, that our office hours were going to be now, Fridays at 9 to 12 instead. But not all of my clients re-sign at the same time. And so it took me a while to get everyone on that same agreement that has those office hours. But by this summer, we were able to get everyone on a new agreement. And so now we're on 35-hour-a-week working weeks. And it is so nice. And honestly, I think a big reason why this plays into productivity and revenue increase is because your team has to take off times for appointments, doctor's appointments, whatever. Now we just push our appointments to Friday afternoon whenever possible. And so it allows those other 35 hours a week to purely be productive. Like we're here to work, everyone's in the office. It just really helps with like communication efficiency and team synergy. And I have more on this too with our productivity, but I'll get to that on a later slide. So this is actually, Courtney, if you're still on this webinar, I took this from you guys. Their team also does summer Fridays, and when you email their team on Fridays after like noon, you will get an out of office. So she sets up an out of office every Friday at noon, letting with an automatic response, letting clients know that she's not getting back to them. So she says something like this. I tweaked this to be for Homemade Social, but please note Homemade Social has implemented year-round summer Fridays. This allows our team our moment to reset and refresh so that we're able to better serve our clients. I look forward to connecting upon my return. You just need to be like, hey, this is a boundary I've set. Here's a reminder. That's all you have to do. Okay, I'm checking in on the chat again. 24 business hours. Sorry, I'm looking back at a question here. 24 business hours means like the next business day, within one business day. And a recorded copy of the webinar will be emailed out. It will just be available on YouTube. And then quick question, when you freelanced, what did your out of office message look like? I would get with another freelancer or find an EA, someone who that you can send your out of office to, like someone who can take care of your clients while you're gone. Oh, Alex is on the webinar too. Hi, Alex. And yes, this will get uploaded to YouTube. Okay, moving on. Our meeting policies. So this goes back into calendar too. We have all of our clients basically on a reoccurring package. So like they're paying a monthly invoice for a 6-month agreement, 12-month agreement, etc. So one thing I wrote into that agreement is we just always have like a reoccurring email on the calendar, whether it's a monthly email or a bi-weekly email. I always have a meeting with every client like upcoming. And I found that a problem I was running into before that was I would get an email from a client like, hey, can you hop on the phone today? And that's just rude. And so here are some boundaries I've also have put in our contract. We do no same-day client meetings unless it's like an emergency. No meetings on Fridays, and I do no internal or external meetings on Fridays. No meetings before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. This just allows me to like have an hour in my morning to check my inbox, get my life together before I need to start meetings, and then I have an hour at the end of my day as a buffer to like finish up any to-dos before I head out for the day. And then for discovery calls, so that's like a lead call, I only take those on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Like if a client really wants to work with you, they will find a way to make that work for their schedule. And then I also block off an hour every day for lunch so that I always know I'm going to have at least one free hour in the middle of my day to eat, to breathe, to have time with my team so that I'm not just like in meetings back to back. Moving on to phone. This is where it gets good. Okay, how many of you guys have heard of open phone? I know that there's a little bit of a lag. Let me check. See if anyone has written in. Okay. Let me know if you use open phone because I'm guessing a lot of you guys don't. It is an app on your phone. It's $9.99 a month, and it allows you to keep your work and personal phone numbers separate. So by paying $10 a month, it gives you a new phone number that you can give your clients to text you, to call you if needed. And it is just on your phone. You don't need a whole nother device. It comes through like texts and phone numbers like normal, like, you know, it will show someone's calling you, but it is your work phone number. And the best part is you can set up Do Not Disturb to turn it on automatically after hours. So if a client texts me, yes, I heard that Google Voice does this well too, but I don't know if Google Voice does the automatic Do Not Disturb. You can set up automatic, so like outside of 9 to 5, if a client texts me, they get sent an automatic message that I am out of office. If a client calls me, they go straight to voicemail. So I literally don't even get notified that they tried to reach me until I get back on Monday or like the next morning. And the text can be used for emergencies, but I want to show you guys an example of what I say. So like when a client gets back to me or texts me, I'll say something like, thank you so much for your message. And again, this is automated. Thank you so much for your message. Homemade Social observes a strict no texting policy. I'll get to that in a second. And you have reached us outside of hours. Please email Becca@homemadesocial.com and I will get back to you during normal business hours. Email communication better allows our team to respond more timely, more fully, and keep records of our conversations. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. Like, how easy is that? Done and done. I don't even have to speak to them, and it is handled for me. It's amazing. Because I think a big thing about boundaries is, like, you implement them, but if someone texts you, there's always that voice in the back of my head, like, I guess I could reply to them really quick, or, like, yeah, it wouldn't take me much to do this. But, like, no, we're past that. I don't know if it's available in Europe, Emma. I'm so sorry. I didn't look. But look, on the screenshot, it has a Montreal number, so maybe. I know that's in Canada, but I'm just thinking it's international. But so that's kind of my train of thought there. Okay, break for water. let's chat more communication boundaries. I'm about to blow your mind. In Gmail, Slack, and then more with texting and calls, I have completely deleted the Gmail app from my phone. And I do so, and in an emergency, I will go to gmail.com if I am not at my laptop, or if I absolutely need to reply to an email. Like, I can reply to an email if I need to. But this way, I'm never getting notified. I don't see the app on my phone. Like, there's just no temptation to check my email outside of my work hours, because during my work hours, I'm at my laptop. I'm fine. And if I'm not at my laptop, I will be at my laptop within 24 business hours so that I can get back to my clients within that specified range. But if you aren't able, if you're afraid to delete the Gmail or email app from your phone, turn off the notifications to reduce the temptation to clock in and out of hours and check. And you can also remove the app just from your home screen. Like, you can make it so that the app is searchable, but it's not on your home screen. And I think that would help. That's a good baby step. But I really am going to try and push you guys to delete the email and Gmail apps from your phone. Other boundaries with Slack. If you guys use Slack for your business, please know I hope that you only use it for internal communication. I do not recommend using Slack for client communication. But set up Do Not Disturb to automatically turn on after hours. So like after 5 p.m., it shows I'm off. My team isn't working then either, but it just shows. And then I also sync my calendar, so my team automatically knows when I'm busy, when I'm in a meeting, or when I'm out of office, and it'll look something like this on the left part of the screen. It'll show I'm in a meeting, and there's like a little snooze button. So other boundaries with texting. So I wrote this into our contract. Texting and DMs are strictly prohibited for client communication. And I think that because I work in social media, some clients think that DMs are okay because social media is what I'm managing for them. But there's no, the reason that is problematic, both texting and DMs, is it's really hard to search past communication history. It's hard to delegate to my team if a client sends me a link or sends me a post or a picture that they want. I now have to get it to my team via the computer. It's just unprofessional. We don't necessarily have a record of the conversation. It's a mess. So we literally say no text or call or DMs. And the only instance where I do allow clients to text me is if we're sending them a code for 2-factor authentication. Like, obviously that gets sent as a text. I will let them know I sent them a text. They can text that back to me. So that's the only big thing. And also no voice texts. Absolutely not. Those expire. No, that's a waste of my time. Okay, social media. Again, this is big because I work in social media. Opal is another app I'm going to encourage you guys to download. It is expensive. I think it's like $100 for a year. Again, I guess that's $10 a month. But it is like the year 3000 version of Apple's screen time or screen limitation settings. Like, it's just like the better version of that. In this screenshot, you can see it has like default apps that get blocked, the difficulty of like how hard it would be for me to get out of it if I need to. But I have it set up so that between Monday and Friday, all social apps are restricted between 10 and actually 3:50 p.m. And I also set daily app limit. So like I can't be on Instagram for longer than 2 hours a day. Then it will like just cut off that app for me even outside of those hours. I also have like a doom scroll shut off. So if I am on Instagram for 15 minutes straight, it will cut me off. But I have to be on it for like 15 minutes straight. It just like kind of helps prevent that like mindless scroll. And I make it so that I have more restrictions on the weekends. Again, you can see there's an option to take a break. There's an option to leave early, but it really has helped me to be more productive and to be more mindful with how I separate social media work and social media pleasure. Okay, I'm checking the chat again. Love Slack. Okay, I see Kaylee wrote down, I'm afraid to come across as unprofessional and lose clients for being non-responsive. That's not something you need to worry about if you have it in your contract that you will get back to your clients within 24 hours. So don't worry about it. And someone asked what platform I use for client communication. We use Gmail. All has to be email. And then, yay, I'm glad Ivana just downloaded Opal. That's great. Okay, so here is where I'm going to get a little more specific with our service-based boundaries to put in place. And keep in mind, these are all in our contract, and I have a really great offer for you at the end of this webinar. So, scope of work, contract tips. Make sure your scope of work clearly explains what you do in your social media proposal. So I'm speaking to the social media girlies right now, but this could go for anyone. So in our proposal, we manage 5 posts a week, or you could put 30 posts a month across 3 channels. You want to give yourself like a limit. You don't want to just say, yeah, we're going to manage your Instagram and your Pinterest. You need to give like a scope of how specific you're going to manage, because you will eventually, if you haven't had a client take advantage of that already, you will. And in your contract, state an hourly rate that clients will be charged if you agree to take on any tasks outside of that contracted scope of work. So this would include any late and rush fees. They would get billed at your hourly rate for your team to make that happen for them. And this makes it clear to clients that while, yes, you're happy to help with additional projects here and there, it's going to come at a cost to them for my time, for my team's time, because they weren't organized enough to let us know, hey, this sale is happening tomorrow. We asked to be told that 2 weeks ago. So that's on them. They have to pay for it. Again, going back to approvals and content request deadlines, I kind of spoke on this a little bit. If rounds of revisions from your clients seem never ending, or their responsiveness is causing delays in your processes, add an approval deadline and revision limit to your contract. So content request deadline. All of our clients need to make requests at least 2 weeks prior to the social media post's desired go live date. And this is same for email. This is same for, this could be applied to so many different industries. Like, you need to have a deadline for when you can start doing your perfect work and get in your creative zone. Like, you need to make sure you have all assets needed from the client. We give our clients 48 hours to approve all content. So we send clients on Wednesdays. All edits are due back to us by Friday. And then we're gone for the weekend. We need to use that little bit left on Friday to auto schedule posts to go live the next week. But it's important in your contract to include what will happen if additional edits are requested after the deadline has passed, and then what you will do if no feedback or approval is received at all. So I believe we have in our contract that if we don't receive feedback from the client, we have the ability at our own discretion to determine if we can publish these posts or not. If there's something where we're like, we have no idea if this is what they want, or we have no idea if this is even going, like if the client is going to be able to launch on this day like they said they are, we can push it back without being like in trouble, because it was on them to provide those additional, or to provide the feedback within that 48 window. And so use your clearly defined scope, boundaries, and hourly rate to your advantage here. Like, yes, these are our rules, but we can help you if we have the ability, like if we have the time at our hourly rate. Okay, content revision limit. Getting even more specific here, within that 48-hour period, we allow our clients 1 round of revisions. So they need to go through everything, captions, graphics. If there's something that needs changing, they get 1 chance to tell us. But again, you need to include what will happen if the revision limit has been met and the client still wants more edits. It can be, again, sure, happy to make those edits for you, but this will be billed at our hourly rate. Or, hey, we already met that hourly limit. Our team is slammed making other client edits today. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to push this post back. Like, you can work that out yourself. And again, use your clearly defined scope, boundaries, and hourly rate to your advantage here. This encourages clients to be both specific and comprehensive with their feedback, leaving little to no guessing work for you. So this means that the client is like, okay, if I don't tell them exactly what I want in this round of edits, I'm gonna get charged. So I don't do this for our team to make more money. I do this to save our team time, because it encourages the client to be like, hey, I don't like this post. Can we try something different? Instead, they have to say, hey, I'm not crazy about the copy that we used on that headline. What if we try this? Or change this color to pink. Or like, they have to be very specific in order to get what they want. Okay, moving on to client obligations and responsibilities. In your contract, it's just important to know that leading any account, even if you're a wedding planner, if you're a photographer, yes, you are the service provider, but this service outcome is going to be a two-way street because you need them to communicate to you what they want, or like what for us in social media. If a client doesn't give us like the discount code that is needed for a sale to run, we're not going to be able to run a successful sale, right? So leading an account to success is a two-way street, and it will require a level of responsiveness and information from the client. So be clear about what is expected of them in your service agreement to ensure a productive partnership. And some responsibilities that the client may have may include responding in a timely manner to prevent delays or lapse in services. Like, what are you going to do if a client doesn't reply to you for a week? Like, make sure you have something like that in your contract to protect you. Also, it's important to make sure clients are responsible for providing advance notice to cancel or reschedule a meeting to avoid a missed meeting or late cancellation fee. We charge $175 if a client misses a meeting. And we don't do that, again, to make money. We do that so that they respect our time. Like, we are preparing for that meeting. We email them an agenda the day before. That is 15 minutes of working time that we are not getting back if they cancel on us. So we're really strict about it. And also, we make it clear that clients are responsible for providing access to information, imagery, or assets that are reasonably requested to fulfill our end of the services. And most importantly, note that no payment equals no services. So if a client is late on their invoice, make sure you're not working for free, especially if you're in an industry like mine where your clients are getting billed, on a reoccurring basis. So I believe we have it so that we pause all client services if their invoice is 5 business days late. So if I give them basically a week if they are late, and then after that we pause, no posts will go out. We will not do anything for them until we get paid. Ads get turned off, everything. Just remember, you deserve to be compensated for your time. So pause all activity until payment is received, and further encourage late payments by stating in your contract that the interest rate that your clients will be charged each day that the payment is late. So they will actually owe you more money the later that they are. And that's standard business practice. I think if a lot of you guys are kind of new to self-employment like I was, you feel like, oh, that's they're getting screwed over, they have to pay more money. That's literally what business is. Okay, I'm gonna check the chat again. Oh shoot, sorry, I went the wrong way. Where's my mouse? I don't know which one's my real mouse. There it is. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of questions, and this is amazing. I currently only have one client. We communicate through text for WhatsApp. And for me, I don't mind it too much, but it's just one. But switching to something like OpenPhone or Google. Okay. I'm actually going to go through these questions at the end. We can go through this more because I have more answers for you in a second. Okay, I'm just making sure. Do you have late fees for clients who show up late to meetings as well? Yes. A meeting is defined as missed if it is after 5 minutes. So if they are 5 minutes late, we leave, they get charged. And we give them a warning. We message them 2 minutes, or we email them 2 minutes into the meeting saying, hey, we're in the meeting room. Here's the email. Are you still coming? And again, we emailed them the day before, a reminder. And it's also always on their calendar because it's reoccurring. Okay, good. Someone took their client to court. That's great. I'm also in the middle of taking a client to court. But okay, so is any of this relatable? I want to see you guys sound off in the comments. Who here is working more than 40 hours a week? Who is hesitant to scale your business because you can't handle more work with how much time your clients are taking up of yours? Who feels the advice online doesn't exactly apply to you? Who feels like you're spending way too much time making client edits or handling content requests that should have been communicated to you weeks prior? I just see a capital me. Who is struggling with client retention? Oh my God, yay, everyone feels seen. This is amazing. I feel seen too. Becca from 2 years ago feels really seen. And who feels like you can't make an impact without burnout? Yay, 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 yay. This is amazing. Okay, I'm so glad this is resonating with you guys. Okay, here we go. Don't you wish that it was more like this? You're making at least $10K a month. You had systems in your business to just copy and paste. Like you could have these email templates, these texting templates to copy and paste and set up your email communications. Done. You have summer Fridays all year long. You're able to grow with the same clients year after year. You have an amazing team who you trust and respect. And you have the ability to go on vacation or travel whenever you like. Yay, I'm so excited. We're all loving this. Okay, because I'm here to literally give you guys my entire business model. So, introducing you guys. This is why I created the Soft Social Media Manager. It is my baby. It is our bread and butter. If you saw on Instagram stories a few weeks ago, I went off to a retreat and recorded this course for 2 whole days. And I have been getting questions about literally how do we set up boundaries, our contract, our systems, our CRM system, how do I do discovery calls, how do I hire my team? This is all in this course. I'm literally including everything. That's why it has taken me so long to get here. And throughout the years, it's so nice. I wonder if any of you guys who are on this call had sent me this screenshot. Sorry that I keep changing the screen on accident. But if you had sent me this screenshot, please say something in the chat, if you recognize your face. I kept getting DMs from girls like you guys and social media managers and other people who work in freelancing who are just like, how can I get here? And trust me, for the longest time, I didn't know because I had the systems worked out, but what wasn't aligned was the boundaries. I was just I am so overworked. I don't know how to get to the next phase of life or the next phase of business without being able to drown. So again, here's a screenshot. I took this last night and this is me getting really vulnerable. I was only able in QuickBooks to screenshot and compare January to last night of this year to January of last night of last year. So again, last year we only did summer Fridays for the summer. This year we've been doing it since May. And our revenue increased, this is just for this year. So the increased change is 33%. 33%. We are making 33% more after we have implemented these boundaries and this contract. I'm also blown away with myself, and so I'm really excited. So in this course, we're gonna cover what showing up as a social media looks like at each level as you scale, because trust me, I do not do any more social media management. It is crazy. I only do approvals. I help with strategy. I'm no longer posting to the grid. I'm not doing community management. I'm not making posts. And yes, I'm in the meetings that I help my team create those, but my time as CEO is best spent doing other things. I had to get out of the mindset of being my social media manager, and I'm now CEO. I'm also going to cover the exact investments I recommend and regret making at each income and who and when to hire. Offers to create and boundaries to set within your offers. Spoiler alert, this whole webinar is that entire chapter. How I recommend pricing out different social media packages. The exact systems and processes we use to onboard our social media clients. Literally, I'm giving you the exact Asana template, the exact onboarding forms, the exact questionnaires we ask our clients, and the day-to-day of how we operate our 10-person agency, plus 1 contractor. And creating a business that brings in long-term clients, reoccurring revenue, and selling. I'm literally giving you guys the checklist of things I ask on a discovery call and what I do to prepare for a discovery call. And finally, the mindset and energy just required to succeed as a social media manager at each income level, because it gets different. As you scale, there's energetic works that need to be done. And so I'm a little woo-woo. We start each chapter with affirmations because I'm a big believer that in order to make a change in your business, you have to make a change in yourself. And so these are all the chapters that we're going to cover. Like I said, spoiler alert, we just went over the boundaries and contract section essentially, but what you're going to get in this course is our contract as well. It's included. But we're going to do preparing your mind and biz for growth, identifying your sweet spot, going over packages and pricing, landing higher paying clients. We're going into boundaries and contracts, systems and Asana, building and managing your team, and then lastly, client retention. So now that you've got the clients, how do we keep them? And so what else is included, you may ask? So we have 8 amazing chapters. The each chapter is like a mini podcast with me. Like some of them are 25 minutes, some of them are like 45 minutes. Like I get very specific. It's also going to include our exact social media services, lawyer approved contract, how to set boundaries with social media clients download. So it has like the exact email templates that you can copy and paste. Our new client onboarding checklist and 4 client questionnaires. So like, hey, you're onboarding a client. How do you ask them for their passwords, their login information, their goals? It's all in this questionnaire. How do you get content approved? How do you get content approved? We have a document for it. I'll give you the template. Our meeting agenda template, our new client welcome presentation template, our social media proposal template, and our client onboarding email template. So all in, just this alone is worth like $2,000. And so if you enroll in the soft SMM, I've got 4 different pricings for you. We have all in, you're getting all downloads, all coursework, but I also am offering a 3-month payment plan. And then I did include a secondary version called SMM in training that doesn't include the downloads because I know some of you guys already have those downloads. So that option is at $1,997, and that also has a 3-month payment plan. However, if you use the code BOUNDARIES, you're gonna get an extra $200 off, but it's ending today. Like it literally ends tonight. And it will apply to any of the package offerings. Like you can, if you need a payment plan, if you want the higher package, the $200 will apply for whatever option you need. And if you scan this, you can sign up right now. But I do want to just mention that if you are in this webinar, you will get an email within like 30 minutes with the link to buy this. So I'm going to go through questions. Feel free to write them in. I'm more than happy to like go in and let you guys know if this is going to be covered in the course, but I'm scrolling up. Maya, I love that you said make social media fun again, because this is literally why I needed to do this. Someone asked, how do you add these new rules into existing client relationships? Let's say you have a 6-month agreement with the client. You need to set yourself a reminder that 1 month before that agreement is set to renew or set to expire, you need to send them this agreement and say, and this is an amazing time to start doing that, because you could say, hey, in 2024, I'm actually implementing new service requirements with all of our client relationships. If you wouldn't mind simply agreeing to this new contract, I'd really appreciate it. What else? This is me. Ugh, I love you guys. This is amazing. Someone said, did the 33% include more clients or increases of current scopes of work, or both? That included both. We raised our rates because we were able to offer more full service offerings and like work with higher paying clients, but we also were able to work with more clients. Someone goes, do you need a remote worker? I want to work for you. I'd love that someday, but I currently do not need one. Amy asked, does it include the client contract? Yes. Yes, it includes affirmations. People say, can any of this be purchased separately if there are only some areas that we need help with? No, and the reason that is because I truly believe that you need all 8 sections. Like I have some really, really, really good specific boundaries listed out here that go beyond what I just obviously put in the webinar. But like this is what webinar you just watched, this is 1 of 8 chapters. And think about how the 7 other chapters are going to be as mind-blowing and in detail as this one. Someone asked, does this course include all onboarding platforms using any discount codes? Yes, it does include. We use Dubsado, and I do have a discount code included for you in it. Someone goes, what payroll system do we use? I actually include this in the course. We use Gusto, and I have a coupon code for that as well. I believe you get $300 off. Okay, what other questions can I answer for you guys? I'm going to move this. Any other questions? I want to make sure that you guys are like is the link working okay? Is QR code fine? Obviously, like I said, I will send out the QR code via email momentarily. But I want to make sure you guys have all your questions answered before I stop streaming. Also, did we like YouTube Live? Let me know if we liked YouTube Live. Yes, it is lifetime access to the course. And someone goes, do you ever provide multiple options for post designs, or do I always stick to one draft and work off of the feedback? I always stick to one post design. Like we say, hey, this is what we recommend going with. Someone goes, our biggest client loves to communicate through text. I don't know how I would change that with him. He's so set in his ways. Any advice? Okay, for you, Olivia, I would pull that clause out that I already posted in the webinar where it was like saying that this allows our team to better prepare, to share links, to search previous email communication. It allows me to have my team CC'd on the thread. So like you could make it, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Frame it like you're doing him a favor. Like you're like, oh my gosh, we have to change this. This is gonna be so much better. Someone said when I was first starting out, how did I primarily find my new clients? I do include this in the course. I include everything I did, what platforms I used, how I marketed myself, and how I recommend pricing your packages too. And do I talk about where to find clients? Yes, exactly. Amazing. Do I pay my interns? No, we do not. All of our internships are for school credit. Someone goes, I like it, but I've been frozen for a long time. Is the screen frozen or just me? I'm hoping it's just my face. I don't know why I'm frozen. I don't know. Someone goes, does this include anything on team management? Yes, it does. I don't exactly manage how my team handles their personal brand. Like my team can talk about, they can manage their own social the way they want, but it goes into how I do team reviews, how I hire, what interview questions I ask. I literally give everything. Someone asks, is your team usually able to turn around edits in half of a day? If they send the content back by Friday and you're out of office by noon that day? Yes, so we send one round of edits. So let's say a client gets back to us with their edits by 10 a.m. Friday. Usually I would say maximum edits take us an hour. So we get those back to them by 11 and we have another hour to start scheduling those. I don't know where you're seeing the pricing question. I'll have to look into that later. Okay, good. I'm glad it's just my video that's frozen. I don't know what's happening. I know you have a plan with no downloads. Are those downloads the ones we already have access to? The approval list and discovery is ones I purchased. No, we have, like, the downloads that are included in the course are our contract and our onboard like a homie. Like, all of that is in this course. So if you have not purchased either of those, these downloads will all be new. Okay, does the soft SMM include info on raising prices for active clients, communication to clients, expected price increase, etc.? You know what? It doesn't, but I'm literally going to copy and paste that because I think that's a good idea and I can add that. Okay, now I'm exposing myself. Crap. I don't know how to get that back. I'll make a note to make sure that gets answered for you. Okay. Does this include anything on team management? Yes. Do you have reels and static posts all outlined as well, like how many you do each week? Yes, we do. We specify how many, like up to X reels you can get a week. What social media sharing platforms do we use? We use Later, and I talk about that in the course. Thank you so much, Victoria. I recognize your name. I appreciate you coming. How do clients send edits if they have any? They send them in our content approval document. That is a free document that is included in the course. Oh, thank you, homies, for screenshotting that question. Do you talk about your team structure? Yes, I literally show you guys my team org chart. Regarding, does this include anything on team management? I meant homemade social itself. I guess I'm not sure what you're asking. Team management, do you mean of like, I don't know. Try one more time. I'm sorry, I'll try and answer that for you. And then when you were self-employed, did you register an LLC or how did you handle your own taxes? Yes, I actually have steps on how to create an LLC listed. But yes, you should 100% have an LLC to protect yourself legally. It's very cheap to do so. I would highly recommend. What else, you guys? I think that's it. Who's going to sign up? I'm really excited. I was so nervous because I literally dislocated my shoulder this morning. Wasn't exactly the start to the day that I was hoping for on a day where I'm having 300 people in a webinar. And I'm so glad that this turned out so well. I love that this resonated with you guys. Okay, did we do it? Remember to write down the word boundaries. That's the code that you need to save $200. Someone said, how did you decide on your business name? I didn't go into this in the course, but the reason I chose it, I made a list of brands and words that I liked. And one of the brands I liked was Magnolia, like the one Chip and Joanna. And I wrote down adjectives that I felt that their brand emulated. And one of them was homemade. And I was like, oh, wait, I love that. And that's how it came. It was really easy. Someone says, I actually gave her advice back in the day on starting her LLC, and now 6 figures later. Oh my God, Jessica, congratulations. That's amazing. So proud of you. Let's all be like Jessica. Okay, an LLC in California is so expensive. Girl, I think it's $900. Yes, that is expensive, but so is getting sued personally. So register for an LLC. Someone goes, this just lit a fire under my butt. I feel so motivated. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thanks for tuning in, Angelina. Okay, I'm glad you guys are feeling motivated. I cannot wait to see you guys in the course. Thank you for also thank you for the ideas to even add in more of these into the course. I'll continue to do that as the course gets better. But know that your code